Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Stacie Overman here, your spiritual guide, your co-creator in positive change, and the founder of not only this amazing Facebook group called Understanding Divine Messages, but also the founder of the life transformational changing program called the New You Program. And I'm coming to you today because it's on my heart this week that some of you have been praying, wishing, just screaming out for God's help, saying, please break the cycle that you're in. You're in this cycle that just happens over and over and over. And what do I mean by that? Like, you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and it's like, my gosh, enough already, enough already. And what is it? What is that cycle? What is that cycle? Let me just give you one example. You're meeting the same kind of people over and over and over, and they're coming into your life, and you feel like you're healing from those kind of people. Maybe they're toxic for you, and you don't realize it when you first meet them. Or maybe you have this little red flag, but for some reason you ignored the red flag. Right? And you just jumped in and you become friends, or maybe it's even more than that. Maybe it's a significant other. Maybe you've even gotten married to these people. And these people have this particular kind of person, when you're in this relationship, makes you feel like a doormat in a sense, right? Like what your say doesn't really matter. And you find yourself just doing whatever they need, whatever they want. You're just kind of going with the flow. You don't want to rock the boat, because if you rock the boat, things get toxic and there's turmoil. And forgive me, because I know Facebook's had some updates and I don't see comments. I don't see anybody on here. So I apologize if I'm missing something. I'll keep touching base back in here. But you find yourself walking on eggshells. You find yourself going to work and going outside of the home and feeling really good and feeling like yourself. But then when you come home, you walk through that doorway and everything about you is like, oh, I can't be me. I have to like shut down that part of who I am as I come home, and I walk on eggshells, and I don't want to rock the boat, and I don't want to upset anybody, because I don't want an argument. I don't want anything to go south, right? Like, it's just, I just want to have a calm day. I want to have a calm evening, but you're not feeling respected. Your boundaries are being crossed left and right? It's like, you are not able to stand in your power. You're not able to be your true authentic self. What matters to you gets pushed aside. And I find many of my clients that feel like this share with me that this isn't the first time they've experienced that. Usually, typically, they've been in a marriage or they've been in a relationship that, it started out good and then it moved into this direction pretty quickly. And it took them a while to get out of that situation. And then what happens is that cycle comes back around. They think, oh, I got out. I'm out of that cycle. I'm out of that terrible, toxic environment, and I can finally be me. And then what happens is all of a sudden they meet another person that comes into their life, and the cycle happens all over again, just a little different, but the same. Have you experienced that? Have any of you that are watching right now, maybe the live or the replay, experienced that? Type that in the chat. Like, it's almost like deja vu, just with a different soul. And it just makes you feel like defeated. It makes you feel unworthy. It makes you feel like you're not important. It's like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I stuck? Why am I stuck in this cycle? And I'll tell you, I have found that many of my clients have gone through a couple of marriages, sometimes even 3 marriages, and they're like, Stacie, why do I keep attracting this same situation over and over into my life? I can't seem to break the cycle. And this is just one aspect of our life where this cycle can happen over and over again. And I'll tell you, the reason this cycle keeps happening over and over is because there's healing that needs to be done. There's healing on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, an emotional level, on a mind level, maybe even generational level. Like our ancestors may have brought something in through our DNA that maybe it's not even you specifically. It might be something from your mother or your father or your grandmother or grandfather that's coming through, and you don't even realize it because you're like, I don't even know where this came from. Or it may have had something to do with the way you were raised. You know, maybe there was an issue with your father, and your father treated you in this aspect, and you thought, okay, I'm 18, I'm out of this house, see ya, bye, peace out, right? And you're like, okay, I'm done with that, and I don't want to deal with that kind of thing anymore, but yet you didn't go in and do the healing work. And so what happens is then you find what you think is the true love of your life, and there's a familiarity about this person, about the way they are. And this is where many times we find a lot of women, we marry our fathers, and we don't even realize it until later. And that can be a great thing, but that can also be a really yucky thing too. Because what happens is we're accustomed to how we were treated as a child. We're accustomed to what was okay, what was the norm in your childhood, in your home. And so when we experience getting into a relationship with a loved one, and maybe it's not as bad as it was in your childhood, it seems better, and it seems like it's good, and it's familiar, and there's a comfort around familiarity. Familiarity. I can't even say that word today. Familiarity. And so unfortunately, we find ourselves not able to stand in our power. We find ourselves not able to be our true authentic self. We find ourselves being in fight or flight mode. We find ourselves in depression, in anxiety. We find ourselves gaining weight. We find ourselves eating food as comfort. We may even find ourselves pouring an extra glass of wine each night. We find ourselves choosing outlets that help us to be and feel comforted. And then we're then so hard on ourselves because, oh my gosh, now I've gained weight. Now my body is not very healthy, right? I'm not exercising. I'm gaining weight. I cannot go to sleep at night without 2 or 3 glasses of wine. I can't go to sleep at night without my sleep aids, right? And then we beat ourselves up over all that. And so to break that cycle, we have to go within. We have to go inside and see what's going on our emotional body. And we have to give it gratitude, and we have to thank it for, you know, all that it's taught us and what we've learned from that. And we have to go within and utilize the techniques, the healing techniques, to start transmuting it into love and light so that you can let it go. In my program, I talk about, we have this, I really need to get a little red wagon, but we have this little red wagon. And all of those things that we don't want to deal with, those things that we stuff down. I was a stuffer. I used to be a stuffer. That's why I got breast cancer. It comes out in your body when you don't deal with it. All of those things pile up, pile up, pile up, and they're in our little red wagon. We've got to learn how to unbox those things in the little red wagon, give them love, heal them, transmute them, so we can release them. And as we release all of that stuff, that baggage from childhood, from past relationships, from our lineage, from our whole family line. And again, I'm sorry if anyone's making comments, for some reason I can't see them. Our whole family line, we've got to learn how to transmute those things so that you can heal on an emotional level, so that you're not creating dis-ease in your body, because that's how it comes out. It comes out as breast cancer, like I had. It comes out as, depression. It comes out as panic attacks. It comes out as high blood pressure. It comes out as, oh my goodness. I mean, some of us suffer from PTSD from some of this stuff. And so we have these triggers. And when these triggers are hit and these buttons are pushed and this person touches that button, bam, back we go, downward spiral. Here's the spiral again, and here we come. Or we think that by getting out of that relationship, by getting the divorce, or by getting the separation, or by breaking up with this person, or by quitting that job and getting away from that boss, whatever that situation is, we think, I fixed it. I got out. Not fully. Getting out, awesome. Amen. Thank God that you're safe and out, especially if it's an unsafe environment. But sometimes marriages can be saved. Sometimes the relationship can be saved. And many of the clients that have gone through my program, the one thing that they said when they went through the healing process was, Stacie, I had no idea that this was going to strengthen my marriage. I had no idea that my marriage was going to get better as I healed myself. And so we've got to go through this stuff to figure out who we are, heal that stuff so that we can really be who we are. Because if we're reacting based off of the hurts in our life and the traumas in our life and the experiences that we've had that have put scars on our soul, and we're just reacting, we don't know how to be proactive. We don't know how to stand in our power and be who we are without defense mechanisms up, or without reactory ways of experiencing life. And we don't know how to just be. I know many times before I began all of my healing, dating was like a nightmare, because I felt like I had to be what they wanted me to be. I had to be what they wanted me to be. Like I was trying to morph into what they needed rather than being who I needed to be. Holy cow, like what a concept. Hello, we want them to love us for who we are, not the other way around. Let's see, what do I need to be for him to love me? I can remember having that whole conversation in my head. And I'm like, what? That's craziness. Absolute craziness. And I know that now. I did not realize. I don't even know why I had that thought in my head. It was a belief thing that came from who knows where. And it was an unworthiness. It was I didn't feel worthy to be who I was here to be. And that can be a really messed up place to go dating people, And so you've got to know who you are. You've got to be your true, authentic self. But you can't do that until you shed away all the layers to find you. I see the hearts. I hope that makes sense. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is my life, Stacie is talking exactly to me, you're in the right place. You were guided to watch this video for a reason. Like, this is the time. You're here hearing this message because your spirit team was like, this is what you need. And I can help you. I see Jess is on watching. I see hearts from Jess. And she just went through the program. Huge transformational change. Like, this girl has the biggest smile on her face now. And when I first met her, I was like, oh my gosh, my heart was just like, oh yes, I want to help you so badly. And this girl has the biggest smile. She has so much to share with the world. I'm so happy for her. And she's on fire for life again. And that is all I can ask that any of you have in your life, in this lifetime. It's worth it. It's worth the experience to dive deep and do the soul healing that you need. I promise you. So if you would like to experience the same kind of amazing transformational results that I've been getting my clients, ask Jess. Oh my gosh, ask Jess. She's watching right now. If you'd like to get those kind of results that changes your life, changes your relationships, changes your marriage, strengthens who you are, and aligns you up so that you can break the cycle and not have to do this over and over and over again, send me a private message and let's talk. Let's book a discovery call. If this is the first video that you're catching live, I want you to jump in and watch some of my testimonial videos. You can go right to my website and there's a tab called testimonials. It's stacieoverman.com and go to testimonials. Watch some of the videos. There's videos in here too, but we're growing so fast, it's harder and harder to find. You can also go to the files location up at the top of the screen and click on the PDF and you can see the whole list of videos that are in this group. The links are all there and there's some testimonials in there as well. You can click on the links, watch some testimonials, dive in, see what I do, see what people are saying, see what kind of results they're getting. Know who I am before you book that discovery call. I promise you it'll be worth it. And if you're ready to invest in yourself, this is an amazing 3 months that we get to spend together with one-to-one personal coaching and some group coaching. You get access to me to help you through this program. I designed this program with the help of my spirit team, my angels, and it's amazing. I promise you, you will not regret it. And so I'm excited. Let me know if I can help, if this is for you. So angel kisses. Have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you later.